across old bark, the quiet shade. It's always dark in the ancient glade. The quiet shade in the ancient glade. It's always dark across old bark. Across old bark in the ancient glade, it's always dark, the quiet shade. This is so cool. In my last episode, I ran into Gabbro, and they told me that, their poems were quantum, that they had quantum poems, and I didn't put it together at the time when I first saw this a few episodes back. That, yes, this sign moves, but also the order of the lines also change. Oop, there's one. They said that it works out to 24 different poems, which is pretty cool. In the ancient glade across old bark, it's always dark, the quiet shade. I am going to get to the point, though, where I actually do not know which order I have and haven't read. In the ancient glade, the quiet shade, it's always dark across old bark. Like, did I just read that one? It feels like I did. Oh, that's so fun. All right, everyone, the drill. Ooh, hello, Firefly. I was just about to do my intro. Hello, my name is Marchalan, if you want to be all formal about it. There are fireflies here. There are insects here. I was looking for any kind of sign of life in the last episode. Where were you guys when I was looking? So maybe there is hope for the universe. Well, other than the supernova, that's still a problem. One that maybe we'll look into this episode. Not entirely sure. Before we get into that, though, let's look at my Nomai charts, because I didn't look at it last episode. Here's what I've got. I haven't really been focused too much on their, professions so much. I've really just been looking for relationships. That's what I want to see. I want to connect all these Nomai. And so far in the last 2 episodes, I've been a little disappointed in trying to connect them to each other. Uh-oh. I hit my mouse by accident. Nobody will notice. Nobody will notice. I do quite like this string over here, though, where we've got Cassava, who's married to Daz, who's brothers with Avens, who's married to Mallow. See, that's the kind of stuff that I really like. I love that little interconnectivity there. I just wish I could figure out more of, the generations of Nomai, you know? Alas. I might actually spend about an hour or so wandering around in various time loops, just looking for more extra information. So I might not actually, solve a bunch of things. Like Dark Bramble, hello? Oh no, I forgot to fly! But just going back to see if I missed things. I will be heading back to Dark Bramble this episode. I do want to find the vessel. I do want to find Escape Pod 3. I'm positive they're in there somewhere. But yeah, if I don't discover anything interesting, then none of this will matter, and it probably won't make it into the video. That looks new. Oh, I don't think I've actually been in here. This is an actual schoolhouse. Oh my gosh, yes, new text. I found some. Explanation of Festivals by Lammy. All the Nomai clans from all over the universe met in one place to share what they learned in science and arts. It's called the festival. We can't go because we're stuck here, but Felix says we used to go too. At some festivals, one clan's big discovery can mean all the Nomai get to advance too, like Anona's warp core, which made it so that everyone can warp long distances and explore more. Each clan is a festival envoy to show their most interesting work. Our envoy was Thatch. A single festival could last a long, long time. And then right here, we have such a great highlight between the kids writing and who I'm imagining might be the teacher here. Don't forget, festivals happen every 10 years. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll take this. It's Solanum. Solanum. I'm gonna go with Solanum now. I'm just changing it up. Formation of this universe. No one knows how this universe was made, but one thing we do know is that everything used to be very hot and very dense, tightly packed together. As this early universe expanded, it also cooled down. Once it had cooled down enough, particles were able to group together to form things like galaxies, stars, and planets. Since then, space has continued to expand at a faster and faster rate, which is hard to think about for too long without your brain hurting. I agree. This universe will keep getting colder and larger until one day the stars and the life they support all die. That's scary to think about, even though Kanoi tells me it won't happen in our lifetimes, but it'll happen in someone else's someday. I feel the same way! Oh my gosh, I feel the same way! This is why space is terrifying! But maybe there will be life that can, like, live in the cold. I know it's more complicated than that. I know it's more detailed than that. But maybe. Maybe the water bears will thrive. Aha. Another scroll. It's exactly why I wanted to come back here. I knew there would be more. Why we should build a new vessel. By Ilex. It probably wouldn't be hard to get parts if we stopped building other new things, and if we broke down other structures, like the towers on Ash Twin for parts. We might have to build a smaller vessel for now, even though vessels are normally large, but we could make it bigger later once we reach planets with more resources. It would also help if we stopped building so many things to search for the Eye of the Universe. I asked Yarrow, and he said we used lots of resources on the Ash Twin projects. We could even have a warp core for jumping long distances, like vessels have. Poke tells me she plans to make a very advanced warp core for a different project. I'm sure she could connect it to the vessel for travel, because Poke is smart. Each Nomai clan explores the universe in its own vessel. The vessel is the heart of every clan. It's unusual for Nomai to remain in one place for so long. Nomai are wanderers and have no permanent home. If we built a new vessel, we could return to our adventurous way of life. Imagine all the new places we could go. Our clan wouldn't be stuck here in this star system. We could even meet with other Nomai and learn from them, like Kolya says we used to. Definitely think it's interesting reading all these reports. If they had all gotten the chance to grow up, which I'm not really convinced they did with the whole, like, interloper thing, I wonder where they would have led the Nomai. Okay, please excuse me if I skip the recap loops for a bit. It's just going to be me going back and forth to places I've already been. That's really it. I thought I would check on Ryback and see what kind of things I could talk to them about. And yeah, there's a couple new options in here. I've done this one, I've done this one, I've done this one, I think. But I definitely haven't done these two. And this one. Uh-oh. I saw the Sunless City on Ember Twin. You mean there's another Nomai city inside of Ember Twin? That's incredible! A whole city! And I had no idea it existed. This is great! How did they keep the sand out? If it were me, I'd be nervous about getting buried in the caves by that awful river of sands. Gosh, the Nomai sure were ingenious. Building an entire settlement underground? The Sunless City. Wow. That means there were two groups of Nomai, one that lived on Ember Twin and one that lived on Brittle Hollow, but they must have traveled around the solar system, since Nomai writing can be found on other planets too. I found Nomai writing about a quantum pilgrimage. A pilgrimage? To the quantum moon? The Nomai mentioned the quantum moon in a lot of their writings, so it's clearly special to them. And, special enough to make a trip there by themselves. It sounds like a coming-of-age ritual, like how hatchlings stay hatchlings until their stomachs are strong enough to drink sap wine. Is that how it works? Oh. Maybe once the Nomai journey to the quantum moon, they were considered an adult? This one's gonna hurt. This one's gonna gut Ryback, just like it gutted me. I went to the comet and... oh wow. Wow. So that's how the Nomai died. That's really sad, isn't it? I know it was a long time ago, but still. Stars above, it's lucky we hadn't evolved to live on land yet. To think, if the comet hadn't killed them, our species might have coexisted in this solar system. Would have been amazing. But I guess if we hadn't wanted to learn why the Nomai disappeared, I'd never have left Timberhearth and come out here, or had any of these adventures. Don't get me wrong, space is terrifying, but, you know, it has its moments. Well, he took that a lot better than I thought. No, I wanted to, oh, nope. Oh, okay, I was just trying to go. Is the hardest part of this tragedy not knowing who we may have lost? Or will the hardest part come later, when we learn? Be well, Aunt Melloray. There's a connection. All right, Aunt Thatch. Great. Not your potential loss, but like a connection. Ooh, this looks good. This looks good for me. My brother wasn't in Escape Pod 1 with us. Was he in Escape Pod 2 or 3? Was he able to board an Escape Pod at all? We sacrificed too much arriving here. I will not allow our clan's greatest loss to be in vain. Wait, do I know who Plume's brother is? That is the question. It's the end of this loop again. So I've sort of satisfied some of my curiosity when it comes to Brittle Hollow now. So here I am on the Ash Twin. I gotta do some poking here for a bit. So these are the locations for the Hourglass Twins, which makes me wonder, where do their warp paths take them? I should be able to find out pretty soon, though. No, I'm missing it! I needed more oxygen! Okay. That about checks out. Where does this one go? With the broken ceiling. Oh my gosh, that looks so... So what I'm gonna do, I think, is wait right in here. And hope? Maybe hope. Are you active? I got Marchalan spiked. Warp me. Yes! Yes! I knew this would work! Oh my gosh, it's very pretty. 10 minutes, 36 seconds ago, received data from previous cycles. Masks receiving data from Pro Tracking Module, Giant's Deep Memory Statue, Timber Hearth Memory Statue. 12 minutes until end of cycle transmission. So they just like automatically will transmit. Maybe that's why they catch me out further in the universe. Oh, and here they are. I get to actually like see them in their proper context. Hello. You're very pretty. But who is who? So much text to read! Yes! I'm so happy! Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here, in this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet. The Ash Twin Project, powerful enough to send information back in time. Alright, Yarrow. How far we've come since experiments at the High Energy Lab. I still can hardly believe Ramy's hypothesis was true. We also finished relocating all subterranean planets we met while digging. Plants? Plants. That makes more sense. We'll just need to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. Aw, so they did care. They were trying, except for that explode the sun bit. Still don't get it. Poke just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant's Deep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon. Ooh, almost read that bad. And where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. Hypothesis. It was not by accident the core of our warp tower was last to be forged. Hypothesis. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. The important point is that we're all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then, if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in interest of safety. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? That's a good question. No, Mallow is definitely a part of the problem, for sure. They make a great pair, those two. Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they're truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Oh, so they were going to explode the sun and then be like, just kidding, scratch that, reverse it, we didn't do it. Pi and Azea have worked hard on the sun station, and at last it's complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ash Twin project requires. Ah, so they needed the power for it, so they could get the data, but then okay. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task, in more ways than one. We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. First, the sun station will receive the order to fire at the sun, prompting it to explode, or in this case, not at all. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the sun station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle at will. I'm so lost. Why? We're really ready to activate. They'll fire at the sun, use the sun power to fire back in time. And getting all this data back in time does what for them exactly? Help them find the eye of the universe? Because I guess the orbital, darn it, probe cannon was able to do that after 9 million launches. These words are difficult to write. The sun station did not fire. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. Suppose we redesign the sun station. To generate power of that magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. This is easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the sun station to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, Idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. Oh dear. I don't know if that's still a good thing. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored anywhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. Oh, you poor, sweet summer Nomai children. Ooh, where is this? Where's our orb? Where's our ball? Oh, I've got a lot more reading to do. Give me? I have good news, Yarrow. The advanced warp core is ready to be installed in the central chamber of Ash Twin. Okay, we've read that. So this is where the transmissions went. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Oeno. So this is all from their side. Where's our ball friends? Oh wait, there's a track here. Oh, found them. Let's see, artificial gravity control. That doesn't seem like something I should play with at all. That seems like a bad plan. So you know I'm gonna do it. It's just a matter of when. Where did you go? Oh, ball friend is still there. Okay. You are about to access the core while the Ash Twin project is active. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin projects. Oh. Okay, well, we're gonna put that back. Just gonna put that back. I'm not ready for that responsibility just yet. Not until I go to Dark Bramble. Not until I go on my own pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon. What if I do this? So that's gonna stop this spinning and allow me to go woo! And then this is the energy that's currently being absorbed. Am I on the Ash Twin or? Yes, I've got to be on the Ash Twin, right? And these are the towers. These are the rods that are on the planet, and this is where they're sending the energy. That's cool. How neat. All right, I'm out. I will come back to this later. The sand sounds like it's close. Yup, very close. Okay, I have one more thing I want to just have answered for hopefully this loop. This is a ceiling, right? It is. Great. I want to see if this one actually leads to that upper district that I kind of cheesed to get to. Boom. It did. Awesome. Okay. And that answers that question. That's how I'm supposed to get here. That's perfect. This is less perfect. Ow, my shins. I guess this one I will leave in because, well, I did a lot. I actually did make some significant progress in a way. Alright, well at this point, I've been playing for 2 hours, but like I was determined to cut most of it. Because it was going to just be a lot of backtracking and just looking for text I haven't read. I just ended up biting off more than I could chew. Why would we disable the Ash Twin project? I don't know what that does! I need to read through that text again and make sure that isn't something that I don't want to do. In the meantime, though, I'm heading back to Dark Bramble. I've got a vessel and an escape pod to find. In we go. That's promising. I know that that one closer to the red is definitely a fish. If it's the same each loop, don't want to go over there. Now what is this? Have I found it? I did find it. What are these? Just lights? No, please let me go. Let me escape. They do look like lights. Nope. What is that? Why is there a centipede on my screen? Stop doing that! Just let me translate! Oh yeah, this makes sense. New Nomai. Seka. Our escape pod crashed as we tried to flee this place, destroying our movement and communication capabilities in the process. We've held out as long as we could here, but this pod's supply of breathable air is nearly depleted, and the anglerfish attack more and more frequently. Our best chance at survival is to return to the vessel, to either repair the damage or, more probably, await rescue. Seka, is the message finished? The vessel's beacon is already growing fainter. It will be gone in a matter of hours. We need to leave here, quickly. So they made it out of here at the very least, even if, yeah. So one of the things I did not figure out initially is that each of these rings is translatable. So, I know that now. Begin flight log. Escape pod 3. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel. Now launching escape pod 3. Alert. Multiple collisions have altered escape pod's trajectory. A significant damage to pod detected. Are you serious? All I have to do... Sorry, I just learned that if I match my velocity with whatever I'm floating in space, it will actually pause time. That would have been really helpful in the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Warning. Navigation error. Life support error. Propulsion error. Scanning external environment. Scan complete. Gravity not detected. Breathable air not detected. Multiple life forms detected. Potentially hostile. Verdict. Do not exit pod. Well, they had to at some point. Ooh, Din. Cool name. There's a new problem. Our equipment is detecting 2 distinct beacons from the vessel. Oh yeah, it would. But it isn't possible for the vessel to be in 2 different locations at the same time. I agree, but the beacons are exactly identical to each other. Perhaps if I had more time. We're nearly out of time already. Din, the vessel's beacon is quickly fading. Soon it will be gone, and we will be lost. We will follow the beacon whose source is nearest to us, which I bet is not the one they got. I bet it's not right. But suppose that beacon is false. We likely don't have enough air to reach the further of the 2 beacons, Din. The decision is made for us. We'll leave a trail of lights as we go. There's still a chance someone could hear our escape pod's distress signal. I mean, I did, but it's like 200,000 years too late, so... You know. Ah. Oh, my lights! Alright, where's my ship? Over here? That's awful, though. I wonder if we're gonna have to go buy an anglerfish, too. I'm gonna reduce my speed. I'm gonna go very slowly. Oh no, they went to the wrong one. You know the sad part about this, too, is the fact that the other Nomai, they never made it here. They never made it to this part of Dark Bramble. Because, you know, if they had, they would have, would have probably treated the fallen Nomai better than this. They wouldn't have just left them out here like this. Awful. No! You punk! To anyone who came here searching for us, I'm doing my best out here. To anyone who came here searching for us, we followed one of the 2 beacons from the vessel to this place, but we can now go no further. It's almost too faint to hear now, but the vessel's beacon is still faintly emitting from within this thorny seed, yet the opening is too small for even a single Nomai to fit through. So our escape pod couldn't have flown through here. I don't understand how this is possible, but this gruesome place seems to be able to manipulate space itself. Maybe this was our undoing. To be so close to the location of the vessel and still so far is difficult. Worse, the vessel's beacon is dying. Soon we'll be unable to hear it. There's nothing we can do now, but try to perhaps find a way inside, or at least attempt to comprehend why this happens. My dearest hope is that the other escape pods were able to reach relative safety. Well, they did. They did. Makes you feel better. So they were all just looking at different holes. Oh, this is so sad. What were you looking at? The weird centipede! I don't like you! Oh, so there's the vessel. How do we find the vessel? We could find the vessel using our scout. Yep. Marchalan putting it together. Alright, we just tracked down our duplicate scout signal, I think. And avoid the anglerfish, friends. Over there, huh? Oh, that's not good for me. Yep. I think I've been here before. Oh gosh, yeah, I've been here before. I have made friends. I don't think I'm actually gonna make it to the vessel in this round. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was awful. What the heck? Okay. Who got jump scared? I did! So this one's a loss. This one's definitely a loss. The anglerfish are now just gonna guard that hole forever. So we're coming back. Oop. Okay, well. No, don't do it. Don't do it, you punk. Shoot. It was fine. I wasn't worried. I'm wondering if I get out of my ship at this point. I don't really love that idea, quite honestly, but I feel like I've gotten by the anglerfish like that once before, right? Like, it wasn't here that I went. It's with all their eggs. I don't really want to. But yeah. Oh my gosh, too fast, too fast, too fast. Oh my gosh, no. Okay. Like, now I just don't touch the controller again. It's probably not how Feldspar would do it. They would come in here, somehow make it past both of these anglerfish within their ship, right? And like, oh, it would be glorious. This is what I'm capable of, though. I'm touching the control stick. How far away am I? Still pretty close. But like, now we kind of have to go, right? Because like, oxygen is an issue. I'm really, really banking on the idea that there might be oxygen on the vessel somehow. I mean, nobody was there to breathe it, so... Can I have it? Oh, there's more! Oh no, I have to go in a different one. Oh, that's not good for me. Alright, full steam ahead. It looks pretty vessel-y over there. I think we're in the clear. Again, provided there's oxygen. Hello! I've got 3 minutes to hopefully... Oh, yeah, there were some still Nomai here. I've got 3 minutes to figure this out. And by this, I mean... Can I get inside? Please. Please. Pretty cool structure. The Nomai outside don't fill me with hope that I can actually find oxygen. No, 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 no. Well, I found it! I just don't know what to make of it. It sure was beautiful. I blinked and the quantum moon left! Alright, whatever. That thing does what it wants. Okay. I'm in here with my ship. Let's give this another look. Oh, was it right there? It better not have been. I was so close. I feel so foolish now! Alright, well at least I made it here with my ship. That's pretty big. I have a place to retreat to. And there was no way I was exploring all of this. Oh, never mind, there's oxygen here. Gosh darn it. A marble! That's for later. Another marble, that's also for later. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think this eye signal's complete? Stop that. I'm recording now. I've never encountered anything like this. The signal the vessel is receiving appears to be older than the universe itself. This is our first contact with anything of this nature. Everyone, prepare to warp immediately. Esco, wait. I need more time to send an outgoing message. Shouldn't we tell another clan where we're going? We can send the message upon our arrival. This extraordinary signal appeared suddenly. It may disappear just as quickly, and we can't lose a discovery this incredible. Focus on preparing for the warp instead. I understand. Anona, is the vessel ready to warp to the signal's approximate coordinates? The warp core is powered, but this will be a significant jump. Afterward, we'll need time to recharge the core. That shouldn't create a problem, provided we arrive at or near the signal source. Everyone, we're ready to warp. Yeah, that didn't work out for you guys. Hindsight, though. What is you? A warp core! What does it do? Insert warp core, remove warp core. So it's broken. It's very broken. That much is true. I'm gonna play with that later. This could be such a bad idea. Oh, there's nothing here. Oh. Rude. Unlike the Ash Twin project, this one I'm touching. Oh, wait, before we do. More text! This is Eskel's vessel. Something went badly wrong during our warp, and our vessel is mortally wounded. We need help as quickly as possible. Our vessel appears to have... Has it fused with the local environment somehow? There are vines that are now a part of the vessel. It's been torn apart from the inside itself. We are abandoning our vessel. Any Nomai clans or spaceflight capable species receiving this message, I implore you, we need your help. Is this broken? Can anyone hear me? Our vessel is dying. We need immediate assistance. Wait, does that mean these walls can like transmit signals when you write on them or something? Oop, we've got an important one over here. To any Nomai clans whose vessels can hear this message. It's clear the universe is dying. There are fewer and fewer resources and safer places within space now, so my clan and I believe the best option is for all of our clans to stay together. If you can reach the gloaming galaxy, we found that black rock suns are fairly stable, and life in this star system is comparatively thriving. We live in relative safety. If you prefer to continue exploring alone, know you will be on your own. Kana, we're making our way to you. It's good to hear from you, Bromi. We'll watch for your vessel. Has anyone heard from them? His clan was on our way to our vessel, but they never arrived, and he hasn't sent any messages. I'm beginning to worry. This is unsettling. It reminds me of that old myth my grandfather used to tell. The disappearance of Eskel. Wait, how are we receiving these? Oh dear. I remember hearing that story as a child. One day, Eskel's vessel simply stopped responding. The other clans searched and searched, but found no trace. It was as if their missing friends had warped out of existence. So how much further into the comparative future is this message to when Eskel's vessel ended up here? Probably pretty far, right? If they're talking about the universe dying. Ooh. Space. How do any of you stomach it? That's no myth, friends. Eskel's clan existed, and their story was real. What a curious event to have passed into myth. Our ancestors were told that story when they were young. Are you sure it's true, Hyssop? It was a very long time ago, but yes. My clan's ancestors searched for Eskel's clan for a long time, but in the end, none of them were ever seen again. It's the only time in our history a vessel has disappeared this way. Hyssop, I hope you aren't comparing Eskel's story to my clan's vessel. Oh, Nem, hi, you're back! Nem, my friend, we feared you were gone. Not yet we aren't, but nearly. We found trouble during our warp. The triple suns of the bright spark star system exploded, and it was only a lucky coincidence that we weren't caught in the blast. We'll meet you soon, Kana. I'm relieved your clan is safe, Nem. It's good to hear your words. Any vessels nearby, remember to be extremely cautious of potentially unstable stars, which is most of them now. Yeah, no kidding. Kind of the problem I'm still dealing with. Speaking of which, let's do something fun. Okay, which way do you think these marble... Which way do I do? Alright, we'll try this way first. Come here, marble friends. Did that do anything? It did nothing. What did this one do? It made a hum. Oh, it made a thing. It made a thing up here. What is this thing? Excuse, though? How do you drive this? Also, the zero-G gravity is not helping! What happens if we do this? Uh-huh. You are really not helping. Oh, I didn't do all of them. Oh, this is really awkward. Oh my gosh! I didn't do them all though. Okay. We did that. This is gonna like explode on us, right? The warp core is broken. Oh well. Or it could just do nothing. I guess that's also a possibility. Okay. Is there a world in which you take this warp core, you get it charged somehow? Although is broke, right? Or is the casing broke? Oh no, it's very broke. Wasn't Poke working on one? I have a lot of things to put together now. You know, here I was thinking I was going to go on a quantum pilgrimage this episode, but I think that's actually just going to have to wait till next time. I think going on the quantum pilgrimage and maybe poking at the Ash Twin project a little bit more closely. Well, we did find it. We did find this vessel. We did crash a little. Whew. Is there another warp core out there? Can we find it? Can we use it? Is something with the Ash Twin project? Was that... I have to go check my recording. Was that a warp core? Poke was definitely working on one. Oh my gosh, I have questions. What does our ship log have to say? I activated a 3-sided pillar on the vessel's bridge that appears to be some sort of input device. Oh, and those are incoming messages, so that might be the presence. Whoa. Just whoa. But our vessel can't transmit out. Yeah, it was there. There's an advanced warp core inside the protective casing at the center of the planet. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin project. Which means I don't go back in time, right? So it's a very make or break situation, but like, what's happening? This game is so bleak. Here I thought we were going to stop our sun from exploding and maybe that would be, that would be it, right? That would be the game, except what the heck? All right, I have come back to the Grove. It is now my happy place, for as long as it actually remains a place, until it explodes with the sun and the universe dying. Happy place! Seriously, how do you people who like space, how do you cope with all of this? Wait. Whatever you're saying, Pastel, stop it. Stop it. I figured it out. I was explaining to my sister the whole like premise of the game, the whole everything, like the major plot beats I was running into, right? And while I was talking to her, I had this epiphany. I do actually have the coordinates. They came from the orbital probe cannon. That weird symbol I thought that was like an error message or whatever. That's what I put into the vessel. Those 3 symbols go in each of the hexagon thing. I figured it out. Yes. Yeah, it's been like 15 minutes since I stopped recording, so I was about to make dinner. Nope. Had to come back. Had to say this. All right, I'm ending the video for my past self now. So... yeah. Bye, everyone! It's too much for this bun!